What's going on, YouTube? It's Got the Knight coming at you with yet another video. And today's video, as you can see in that top left-hand corner, Microsoft buys ZeniMax Media, so Bethesda and quite a few others. Obviously, this is old news. We knew about this last year in like September or whatever it was. It was a long time ago. But recently, a lot of these videos have been hitting my feed to watch. So I watched this one a little bit. Thought it was funny. I'll leave the link to the original video in the description. So if you want to go check out the video without me pausing it and stuff like that, you definitely can do that. But as it says right there, angry rant. So he's a PlayStation fanboy, angry at Microsoft. So let's get started here.
Hi, and welcome back. And I kind of had to process everything that happened yesterday. There was some gigantic news that basically shook a lot of people, even me.
Well, yeah, because it's a huge gaming acquisition. Of course, it's even me as a PC / Xbox and Nintendo gamer. That was like, holy cow. Microsoft just whipping it out.
Like, what? Microsoft basically bought a shit ton.
Not basically, they did.
Of pretty big IPs and studios like Bethesda and ID Software, etc. IPs like Prey, Doom, Quake, Fallout, the Elder Scrolls series are now owned by Microsoft. So
there you go, buddy. You got it right. They are owned by Microsoft.
In theory, Microsoft could potentially make all these games exclusive to their Game Pass and PC and Xbox, and we will not...
That's right. They can. They can do whatever they want with the stuff that they own.
See Elder Scrolls 6 on the PlayStation 5, not the new Doom on PlayStation 5. Starfield that they were working on, not on PlayStation 5. I'm not saying that is the truth, because Phil Spencer said that everything that's available right now on the systems will still be available on the systems, and they're going to look at it case by case if they want to port their games to another console, another...
Yeah, it's their studios. They'll decide whether or not they want to. It's a simple thing as money talks, bullshit walks. Like, they own it. What do you expect?
System, but Howard from Bethesda said that all Bethesda games will still come out on every system available. It's really, really weird. But still, it kind of...
Well, and unfortunately, he doesn't have the say in that. It's kind of Microsoft's say.
Freaking, it annoys me because this is exactly why rich and big companies, especially in the gaming industry, are kind of suck. It's really annoying. Like, especially like a huge company like Microsoft, where Nintendo and...
Yep, see, there it is. He's just mad because Microsoft is a multi-trillion-dollar company, and I think someone will correct me. I think Sony's only like a $200 billion dollar company, which obviously that's still more money than I have. But when you're talking on this scale, Microsoft dwarfs Sony.
And Sony, I guess if you want to see it in that way, they built up their reputation with talent, they built up their reputation with creativity, and I guess the love for gaming. With the...
Oh yeah, that's right. These companies are only in it for the love of video games. Like, let's be honest here. Sony wants to make money. Microsoft wants to make money. Nintendo wants to make money. They're not in it for the love of video games. They're in it to make money. Let's just call it as it is. It doesn't matter which one you go for. They're in it to make money at the end of the day.
Developers who really love Nintendo or Sony, they want to work with them, or they want to create games for them, and then eventually, like Insomniac, Sony sort of embraces them and buy them, even though Insomniac was basically always making games for the PlayStation. But Microsoft is like, yeah, we don't have enough talent. Yeah, we don't have enough teams. We don't really know what to do. You know what? Instead of building a reputation of a company making really good and a lot of incredible IPs and exclusives, just like Nintendo and Sony, we're just going to buy everything we see.
Okay, so I do see his point on this one. Yes, building a reputation is important. I fully agree with that. But when you have the money of Microsoft and you just want to give the gamers what they want, why making quite a bit of money? You got the money. Why not? You know?
Who gives a shit? Bam! 7.5 billion for Bethesda and ZeniMax and whatever. We don't give a shit. I mean, we have hundreds of billions of dollars. We can buy everything we want. We just buy the reputation. Bam! These games are now only on Xbox. Screw you, Nintendo and Sony.
Don't forget PC, the largest, and I mean largest installment base in the world for video games.
Building up your reputation for years. Who gives a shit? We just buy it. And it kind of makes me a little bit fearful, like, when is this gonna end? Microsoft has been buying quite a lot of companies, and up until now they were kind of small companies. Like Obsidian is pretty good, I guess. They make really good games, and Ninja Theory was definitely sort of a backstab in my opinion, because I love Enslaved, I love Heavenly Sword, and Hellblade seems to be a really good game. But nope, it's now exclusive to the Game Pass and Xbox and PC and whatever. But buying such a huge ass multi-platform company is really a big move in my opinion. And then
he said it. It's a big dick move. Yeah. Because Microsoft can just whip it out and say, hey, look at it. Look what I got. Why, if Sony whips it out, they'll just sit there and laugh at them. Like, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Microsoft has money. Sony doesn't. It's as simple as that.
We have companies like Capcom, Square Enix. I don't know. In theory, they could buy all the companies they want, and that really makes me kind of fearful and makes me very angry.
Of course they can. Why wouldn't you? If you know at the end of the day it's going to make money, it's a good business move as long as the ROI is at a good amount. That's why, Phil Spencer said, hey, it's a case-by-case basis whether or not we put these games on different platforms. It's not that, hard to grasp. Money talks, bullshit walks. End of story. Again.
Because especially Nintendo has been working so hard for so many years, tens of years, to build up a reputation of a company who releases a lot of incredible good games, and now just Microsoft basically has more IPs. In theory, Microsoft now has more bigger IPs than even Sony. It's
And why is that a problem? I'll be completely honest with you. Me as an Xbox gamer, I complained about exclusives. I'll be honest. The amount of exclusives that Sony had, I'll be honest, I was a little jealous. Did I really play them? No. I don't like them, but at least it's something to entice people to buy their system. Okay, so good job there on Sony. Not a problem. But, the last one I played and actually enjoyed was Horizon Zero Dawn. But guess what I can do now? I can get that on my PC and play it there instead. A much better experience than on my PlayStation.
It's really freaking annoying. It really fucking annoyed the shit out of me. And it should stop. If you want to buy a small upcoming company,
Alright, that ad interrupted us. What in the world?
I understand that. Like, I can really understand that. Sucker Punch, Insomniac, Naughty Dog, whatever. At some point in time, Relay Games that Sony buys them. I can understand that Nintendo funds games like Bayonetta and Astral Chain because they see a market.
So, right there, he's okay with Sony buying companies. But when Microsoft comes out with their big dick energy and buys a company, it's bad. Really bad.
Market in it, and they want to please their hardcore fans. I can definitely see it, but why buy such a huge-ass multi-platform company that has such big names like Fallout, Doom, and Elder Scrolls, and potentially...
Because they got big dick energy.
Limited to one system just to sort of force people to buy the Xbox Series X. Because that is how...
That's not what they're doing at all. You can play them all on PC, buddy. They just have those options for people who may not be able to build a PC or buy a PC to still game. They're actually very good about that. I have a PC, I have an Xbox, I have my Nintendo Switch, I do have my PS4 Pro behind me in my bedroom because, well, I don't need it in my main area that I play my console games. It's not a console I care about.
How I look at it, they are trying to make me forceful buy their fucking product. And not only that, they are forcing their...
Again, just buy a PC then. And you can also play PlayStation exclusives, quote unquote. Problem solved.
Freaking Game Pass that is actually a really good deal. And there are now 15 million Game Pass subscribers. This is literally the future of gaming. And to be honest...
And Microsoft knows that. That's why they did it that way, but still make sure that they have a physical console that takes discs, because there's people like me, even though on my PC, I'm perfectly fine with digital games. But when it comes to my consoles, I want my physical game.
I see it become reality a lot faster than most people anticipate. Just imagine in 5 or 7 years where Game Pass subscriptions have reached 30, 40, or maybe 50 million subscribers. Do you really think Microsoft is going to make a console when they can release their Game Pass on everything, even probably televisions at that point in time? They can release it.
Yes, I do think that they'll still make consoles, just kind of like this generation. It's there for people to get into gaming. That's why there's the Xbox Series S. Entry level. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but you can play video games at a much cheaper entry price.
Everywhere. And to be honest, other companies will do the same thing. Sony is also having a PlayStation Now. A lot of other companies are going to look at...
Oh, look at there, but guys! He said Sony's trying to get on the... Oh, my goodness, guys. Oh. It's just that he has a problem with it because it's Microsoft. And they're big dick energy just to get stuff done. You know, Bill Gates set up a pretty ballin' company.
At Microsoft, they're going to look at the Game Pass and they're like, we can do that too. We can do this also. We can make money out of this. You see that with Netflix, and then Disney makes it the same thing. They're like, hey, what Netflix does, we can do that, and we have some huge ass IPs because we're Disney. We're gonna fuck up. We're gonna fuck up Netflix, and we're just gonna do it. We're gonna do our own shit. And then as a consumer, you have like 200 euros in subscriptions every month because Capcom, Square Enix, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, Ubisoft, EA. I don't give a shit who else. There are so many companies out there who all want you to subscribe to their channel in hoping that one or two of their games will actually be fucking good. Really, honestly, I've been saying this for quite a while.
Yeah, I can see that coming. I'll agree with that. All these companies are bringing out their subscriptions and stuff like that. But the reason why I think Xbox is going to be better is, yeah, they got more money. They can allocate more resources to it. It's just as simple as that.
This is really probably the last console generation that I will be anticipating in that I will be hyping for, that I'm gonna buy.
So does that mean you're going to come to the master race? You know, PC's pretty cool. And if you want to, you know, you can use a controller. It's not that hard. You know, why not? When I play GTA 5, I still use a controller on my PC.
I really do not see in 7 or 8 years from now that a physical console is still alive, still profitable enough to make. This probably will all be digital only.
They're not profitable. Even Sony is selling their consoles at a loss.
And will be streaming and whatever. So I think this is a fucking big move by Microsoft. I may be a huge ass fanboy.
Big dick energy move, yeah.
I don't give a shit, but I just don't think that one of the 3 big companies should buy such a huge ass company and destroy.
But I bet you if Sony actually had the money to do that, he'd be like, yay, Sony, we get more exclusives. Fuck you, Xbox.
Other people from playing their games that were always multi-platform. So
they're not restricting it, really. You can still get a PC, buddy. It's not that hard. You can buy a decent PC. Well, not right now with the graphics card market, but usually about $800 and you can get games dirt cheap on PC. Just FYI.
Leave it in the comments below. What do you think about the situation with Bethesda or /
You know what my comment is? I think it's perfectly fine. It is what it is. They just have more money. If Sony did the same thing, I would just go, oh well. Looks like I don't get to play the next Skyrim unless they start doing what they're doing with their exclusives and putting them on PC. Did I say that? PC's becoming an even bigger master race. Just get a PC if you're that worried about it, man. You can play every game dating all the way back. It's the biggest library in the world. It's fun. So my thoughts on this, it's funny that a lot of PS5 or PlayStation owners in general are just up in arms about it. It's just Microsoft has a lot more money and they can just kind of do what they want. And you know what? I just got Game Pass for $1 for the 3 months. You know what? I'm using it to test it out to see how it is on the PC, and actually, I like it. So if you really think about it, I don't pay for gold, even on my Xbox out in the living room. I don't pay for gold because I don't play multiplayer games on my Xbox. I play it on my PC. I use it for Forza, Gears, playing Halo, and even Halo is on my PC. So if I play the campaign out there on my nice 75-inch, I come in here and I play multiplayer. It's as simple as that. Like, oh, but what about people who can't afford that? Choose one. In my opinion, choose a PC. It's the best out of all your options. But I want to know what you guys think down below. I think it's quite funny. You know, Sony fanboys are up in arms about this. I do feel bad for, you know, just the everyday Sony consumer. I get it. Not everybody can afford a PC, but that is the one solution if you don't want to, you know, pay for an Xbox. But even if the game comes to Sony or the PlayStation, you know, you're still lining the pockets of Microsoft. You do know that, right? I don't think he does. But until the next video, guys, this is Got the Night, guys, signing out.